All right, let's look at the homework 2.7, problem number 5. All right, so we want to use the limit definition to find f prime of a for this function here. All right, so let's do that. All right, so we want to find f prime of a is 8 in this case, so f prime of 8 is equal to, all right, so we have a limit as h approaches 0. Right, then we're going to have f of 8 plus 8, h, minus f of 8, and all over h. Right, so we have limit, so we're going to take care of the limit later. So as h approaches 0. All right, so we have f of 8 plus h. So every time you see x in the formula, we're going to put the 8 plus h. So we have a square root of 7 times 8 plus h and plus 8, right? Minus, right, f of 8 is a square root of, right, 7 times 8 plus 8 and all over h, right? Right, so whenever we need to evaluate the limit, we have to see what happens when you plug in 0 here. So you can see that the denominator approaches 0. And the numerator, so this is going to be 0. So you have a 7 times 8 plus 8 and a 7 times 8 plus 8 with the square root minus, same thing. So you can see that the numerator approaches 0. Right, so we're going to have to do something. So this is an indication of having a common factor. So we're going to use this trick. Right, so multiply the numerator by almost exactly the same thing as the numerator except for the sign. So you have 8 times, actually 7 times. 7 times 8 plus h plus 8 and plus square root of exactly the same thing. So 7 times 8 plus 8, right? Then we do put exactly the same thing on the bottom. Right? We could have kind of multiply it out, but I'll probably do it later. All right, so we have that, right? Then multiply out. So we're going to get limit as h approaches 0, right? So we have a minus b times a plus b, so we have a squared minus b squared. So we get to get rid of this square. So I'm going to actually go ahead and distribute 7 to 8. That would be 56. And then plus, right, distribute 7 to h. So that'll be 7h. And then you have a plus 8. So plus 8 here, right? Minus, we have the same thing. 7 times 8 would be 56. Oh, 56 I said. 56. And plus 8. Right? So square root is gone because we square both of them, right? All right, so that's the numerator. There's not much you can do with the denominator, so we just have h times square root of. All right, so this is going to be, we already know that this is 56 plus 7h. So I'm going to combine 56 and 8, that'll be 64. So we have a 7h plus 64 plus square root of, that'll be 64. Right, so 7. All right, so we have that. then we can just clean up a little bit here. So 56 minus 56 cancel out. And then you have a 8 minus 8 cancel out. And also we have, so you have a 7x left over, and then you have a h. So we can do h divided by h is going to be 1. So we can scratch those out. All right, so then we clean it up. So we're going to have, on top you have just 7. So 7 on top. All right, then you have here, h is going to 0. So this guy is going to go to 0. So 7 times 0 is 0. So you have a square root of 64, which is 8, plus another 8. So it's going to be 16. So we're going to have 7 over 16. All right, so let's type it in. Actually, yeah, let's type it in here. All right, so here we have 7 over 16. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.